against their abusers and enablers. By the way, I'm originally an Australian. I'm proud to say that there are no statute of limitations there, and I can say from a personal experience that me and my classmates were able to launch proceedings against our abusers, and certainly one of my abusers is currently sitting in jail. I'm talking about 25 years after the fact. I'd like to hand over to my friend and colleague Mark Appel, who's been absolutely instrumental.
Citizens from Egypt. This year, in my family, we added a fifth question. And you know what the question is. Marcy's looking at me. The question is, why hasn't the child?
Jewish leaders, rabbis of all denominations, Orthodox rabbis, conservative rabbis, Reform rabbis. Here in the house we have Dr. Sharon Weiss Greenberg, Executive Director of JOFA. We have organizations, Ruth Message, not know about this. And many of our co-religious leaders have been against this bill. That's why this is so important. Religious leaders are coming around. Jewish leaders are saying, you know what? This is an embarrassment. This is the year. It's time to make change. 150 Jewish leaders have had that common sense this year. We're supporting you. We're with you. And we're calling on Albany to do the same. Hear the call of justice. Hear the cry of the oppressed. Protect future abuse victims. Pass the Markey bill this year. Thank you.
I really would like to say a special thank you to all the presenters today. It really means a lot. Sheldon Silva said, we've passed this bill in the Assembly 3 times. Now it's up to the Senate to pass it. And he knew at that time that the votes were not there.
In the Senate?
In the Senate. Okay. So,
you have the votes in the Senate now?
I think we may.
Who is the, besides Bradford, who's the senator and Republican senator who's carrying?
Let's not say the Republican senator. Let's see what happens in the Senate.
Is Simcha Felder on board with this?
No, he is not. He's one of the 4 that who caucus with the Republican. Yes.
Now, you also said that the Bishop of Brooklyn did robo calls. Is that Scharfenberger?
No, it was DiMarzio.
Okay, the Scharfenberg is up here now.
I know that.
So that's why I was
Yeah,
wondering
no,
if there's an action.
no.
All right. Do you think, now, have you taken a head count? How many sponsors and co-sponsors?
Yeah, I think we have 60 in the Assembly.
And any Republicans?
Yes, there are Republicans.
Okay, now there's this unspoken rule that 76 Democrats need to support
I think we
this.
have the votes in the Assembly. I'm confident we will have the votes in the Assembly. Will that answer your question?
Okay.
You seem disappointed.
Only because I don't know if you have 76 Democrats.
Oh, we'll have 76 Democrats.
Okay.
The bill would not go to the floor if I didn't have 76 Democrats.
That's a shame, because there's 150 members.
I know, but I think we'll have more than that. I think between the movie and the press and all the press who are here today, especially the Daily News, is somebody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just?
What we've seen is religious courts and religious institutions oftentimes, instead of being places of healing and support of victims, have been places of further abuse and further traumatization by not dealing appropriately with abuse, by protecting abusers and protecting institutions instead of protecting children, many within my own community. It's something that we as religious leaders have a lot of work to do to correct, and we should feel a lot of shame for. And in no occasion should abuse be handled internally. It should always go to the proper authorities who are trained to deal with abuse. And that should always be the rule in every community.
In your knowledge, do you think that there was ever a case in that rule in favor of the abuser and not the predator?
Baruch Lanner.
They have.
Baruch Lanner, his abuse was covered up for over a decade, where the Beit Din chose to not keep the information private, and he was able to abuse many children for over 10 years.
Where they decided in favor of the victim.
What we're saying is that abuse should go to the proper authorities, and religious authorities are not the proper authorities.
And not to turn this into an open dialogue,
Yeah.
but I went to the
That's why I
president.
learned that, yeah.
Well, that's fine. I went to the president of U.S. Speed Skating and told him that an athletic trainer at the United States Olympic Committee tried to sexually violate 2 girls on the team. So it's the fox guarding the hen house. So whether it's within sport and creating a facade of safe sport that the Olympic Committee has, but reporting it to the same person is, I mean, it's a silly notion, and presumably the church is a similar situation to